We create our own realities and words.
That's disgusting.
Hello.
That's disgusting.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Geek Chat. Welcome to the Geek Chat. Welcome to the Geek Chat.
The Geek Chat.
Hey, everybody. And
hi.
and welcome to another edition of the Geek Chat. I'm your host, Desmond, and with me, as always, is my co-host,
Rich.
Yay. Rich. And we are back after having a fantastical, magical 1-year anniversary last week. If you guys are tuning in, we watched Supergirl.
We did.
And we had a small little party, had some people over.
Intimate gathering.
And then we spoke to people about what they thought about Supergirl. And then I hope you listened to the point 5 because we really got in depth about Supergirl and what we thought about it.
Yeah.
So please, if you have any comments about the new Supergirl show, was it too quirky? Was it too silly? Go to the Geek Chat Facebook group and let us know because, this is one of the most. You said it was kind of hokey and kind of saccharine.
I didn't say saccharine. I said hokey.
Well,
it was straight up hoke.
But again, I thought it was very good.
Yes.
Again, because it was bright, it was fun.
It was well
so
done.
I'm looking forward to watching it again tonight.
The majority of my customers that have come in and saw it really liked it. They thought it was a good little. It was nice to have something bright and fun instead of being so dark and dreary. So they liked it.
Pale and tragic, yes. From a Clue. But again, welcome for tuning in to the Geek Chat. We're here every Monday from 6 to 7 on MixLR, in which we are live. If you missed this show, you can always check out the show streaming on SoundCloud and all of our other shows that we've done. We are in our 3rd season of the Geek Chat, again celebrating our 1-year anniversary, but you can go and check all of our stuff out at soundcloud.com. Search the Geek Chat. Also, this will be posted on SoundCloud tomorrow at before 2:00, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you don't like SoundCloud and want to use SoundCloud, we are also on a couple of other platforms. You can check. Always search The Geek Chat. Very important to put The Geek Chat. But we are on iTunes. We are also on Stitcher. We are also on Tumblr. We are on Instagram because you're going to see pictures of me and Rich running around because there's a lot of stuff coming up in 2016. So
we have to run?
Well, not run so much as just you don't really run in the pictures. So
okay, good.
It's going to be us doing things. So
we're doing things?
Hopefully.
Cool. Like that new convention?
Yes, we're going to be posting stuff from the new convention and all kinds of fantastic stuff. So again, and when we are also on iTunes. Not iTunes. YouTube. So much lead up. We're
we're finally on the YouTube.
Search The Geek Chat, YouTube, or you can search my name, Desmond Miller. You can search Rich's name, and you can search
Evil Rich.
Evil Rich, and you can search. They're gonna do that now. They're gonna go and type in Evil Rich to try to find you. God knows what they'll find on YouTube, but you can definitely search us on YouTube. So look for the stuff.
What happens on YouTube stays on YouTube.
Yeah. So in the course of the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be uploading all of our old stuff, and then this episode will be on YouTube as well. We are also planning a bunch of new stuff for the new year. As you know, we're getting ready to go on our winter hiatus. That's our last show will be in towards the end of November. We'll let you know more about that. But during the break, we're going to also have some fun stuff that we're going to be doing. That way, you guys won't be live, but we will have content for you guys. That way, you guys don't forget us. But we're planning a lot of really cool, awesome stuff for 2016. So please stay tuned. I want to give a special thanks to our sponsors. First sponsor is Club Card Printing. They're the ones that print all of our media. If you see a palm card, hopefully a poster in the new year, we got it done at Club Card. You can check them out at clubcardprinting.com here in sunny San Francisco, rainy San Francisco, but sunny San Francisco.
I love it. Nice and dreary and cool San Francisco. None of that damn heat.
Also, you can check out Terry Miller. She is the one who does all of our fantastical magical music. She is our mistress of the mix board. Everything you hear, Terry did it. So everything musical you hear, Terry did it. So thank you so much again for Terry. And we want Terry to have a bigger role the new year as well.
Yes.
So stay tuned. Also want to say thank you to our resident artist, Jean Gelmet of our RLTpress.com. Sorry, I'm
He got sidetracked real quick. Bright, shiny object syndrome. That's why he got bright, shiny object.
I did. Someone's bald head walked by. Anyway,
Yours?
Gene Gilmet at RLTpress.com. He is our featured artist. He's the one that comes in and
he's not our feature. He's our only artist. He's an amazing artist.
Yes, he pretty much is our only artist. And but all those beautiful pictures of Rich trying to kill me. Thanks, Gene. And also, we're going to try to get Gene some higher profile for us next year as well.
Yes.
I wish we could tell you more.
But we can't.
Wish you could tell you more, but just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
2016 is going to be a huge year for us. Like, we're going to make it. Damn it.
So, again, you can check Gene's stuff out at rltpress.com. You can also check out his stuff on the comic book website, Comic Book Resources. He is a featured artist on their column, The Line It Is Drawn. So check his stuff out. Also want to give a special thanks to our biggest sponsor, Whatever Comics, located at
548 Castro Street, between 18th and 19th. And thank goodness it's not too sunny San Francisco. Stop by. We're also on the Facebook. Check us out under Whatever Store. And head to our website, whateverstoreonline.com.
So, yeah. So, Rich.
Yes.
I was wondering, with all the new number ones coming out from all the various different
publishers.
Yes. So far, what has been your favorite number one? And what is the number one that you really was just kind of like, you know,
wow, way to bring it out of the blue.
I had to give it because I wanted you to just give me your visceral reaction of which one, like if you were to say what's my favorite one and one pops into your head, whether you liked it or not, just what's the one that you're thinking about.
It comes out Wednesday.
Really? You haven't even read it yet?
I read it.
Oh, that's no fair. What was it?
It's called Citizen Jack. It's a mix of Jack. Yes, it's about this guy who a demon has told to run for president.
Is this a Marvel or DC book?
It's Image.
Sacrilege.
It is amazing. It's a horror, comedy, political book.
That's a comedy?
And you're going to read it. We're going to review it for next week because I really, really enjoyed it. You love Prez, so let's see if this book gets you a little love.
Yes, it is definitely
and
true life.
The other book I'm looking forward to coming this Wednesday. Well, there's a bunch of new books coming, but Monstrous coming from Image Comics again.
I saw the art for that, and it looks amazing.
I've read it. It is amazing.
No fair.
It's hey, you know what? Image is smart. By letting me read it, I ordered higher on both these books because I'm going to sell them because they're great books. It's something that Marvel and DC used to do, but due to other retailers leaking it, we lost our privileges. So Image still lets me read some stuff. I'm glad they do. 2 Image books coming this week.
That's silly. I think that they should let people review the books. Honestly.
Well, it makes my decision to order stuff a lot easier because I got to tell you, had I read some of these what ifs, I would not have ordered them like I did.
Yeah. We have Frank. Frank was just like, he was venting his dissent.
A lot of people were.
A lot of people were.
I had a customer come in on Wednesday, and he's like, I wasted money and time with these. What Ifs used to be such special books, and now it's turned into, they're very gimmicky to make money. And, you know, I'm all for making money, but put some quality into this. Like, one of the art, whatever, I don't remember what book it is, but the art was so bad, I made it 2 pages in, and I was done. That's not how a book should be.
Do you remember which book it was?
It was one of the What Ifs. It was one in the last couple days. I think it was the Guardians of the Galaxy one, maybe.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, for me, the What Ifs have kind of lost their luster.
One of my favorite What Ifs was, what if was it the original team had not died? It was one of them. It was early. There was another one about
what if they lost? What if X-Men lost Inferno?
That was another good one.
Yeah, that one was just fantastic for me. Like I don't know. I really love those books in particular. When
they change, you know, I really feel that the What Ifs that Marvel did called Secret War Battle Worlds, all those were basically What Ifs. They took the original story and put a twist on it, and a lot of them were really good. That's a What If, not this drivel they're giving us now.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. But so, out of the Marvel or DC ones,
I'm about to say this week, all us X fans.
This week, what's already come out?
Stop
teasing.
Right? What about you? What did you like? Hold on.
What did I like?
Yeah.
The one that really stuck out for me that I really enjoyed was Uncanny Inhumans. I thought Uncanny Inhumans was one of the better ones to come out because it's weird, but I got old school X-Men vibe from it. I got an old school sort of it really, I know some people could say that it's like it feels like they're treading old water now because the Inhumans have taken the role of the X-Men or the mutants, and now they're trying to struggle for their kind of acceptance and acceptance and how the mutants now are being pushed to the side. Actually, they have this mpox. But I liked how they all came together. I liked the front story, and I liked the backup story. So I'm really intrigued by that. And I think for me personally, it's going to be interesting to see what X-Men is going to bring to the table because the Inhumans are really taking their spotlight.
Well, we find out this week with our first of the new X books coming out.
Which X book is coming out this week?
This week is, well, we get Uncanny 600 finally.
That's coming out this week?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like $8.
Something like that.
It's probably $5.99, most likely.
And we're getting...
I'm going to buy it. I don't care. I'm going to buy it, but...
Oh my God, what are we getting? Hold on. You just keep talking.
Is it not Uncanny? Is it the Storm one?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Extraordinary X-Men is coming this week.
It's called Extraordinary?
It's the stupidest freaking name.
Yeah, because they can't use Uncanny anymore, unfortunately.
Well, they are. Uncanny X-Men comes in. It got delayed now until January.
So I forgot we have 3 different Uncanny
and
titles.
All New got delayed until December.
Well, I think what they're trying to do, in my opinion, is they're trying to make us
love the Inhumans.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's one of the things. But I also think that if they're gonna drop 600, and if 600 is met with a really kind of crappy, they need that leeway if stuff has to be rewritten or something like that.
Like the end of Secret Wars?
Exactly. So when you posted in the group that because Secret Wars was pushed back again, I totally agree with you that at some point they're doing rewrites for whatever reason to do what they need to do.
I know. I believe it 100%.
So yeah, so I definitely agree.
So
that,
let's get to some books, but I want to say so far to all the new number ones, the number one that I love the most so far has been that Captain America. Nothing has reached that level for me. Lots of things have come close.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not going to review it today, but the number 2 kind of let me down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, just to speak just really quickly about why you think it let you down. It was such. Number one was such a powerful, not retelling, but just powerful introduction to the character, given the political climate, and then just kind of sidestepped it. And then number 2.
And then number 2 was told again from a.
It's like a flashback.
Yeah, but it just for me the number 2 didn't hit the mark as high as the number 1. I'm still gonna read it. I still enjoy the direction this new team is taking, but the number 2. The number 1 for me just hit all the right notes, and the number 2 was still a good comic. It just didn't hit it.
Alrighty.
So what about this number 1?
So we have another new number 1 that we're talking about. Remember, we do like one of the things that we like to do on the Geek Chat is we like to talk about new comics. There are so many comic books out there that there's literally a new number 1 almost every week. Really, like I can literally say literally about that.
Literally,
because there's literally a new number 1 every week. So the number 1 that we're going to review today is one of my favorites of the week. It's called Black Magic. Magic is spelled Magick. That's interesting. And it's by
That's interesting.
It's $3.99 from Image Comics. Again, it's Black Magic by Greg Rucka, the amazing Greg Rucka, and the artist is Nicola Scott.
Love her.
Amazing. Letter is Jody Wine, and the color assists is
Chiara
Arena. Yep.
Sorry if we butchered the name.
Yes. So I want to hear your take on it because the art style and the colors are so different
from anything on the shelves right now. Really.
Yeah. So
I got to read it early,
and you really need to read this in a brighter light because of how this kind of sepia toned the art is.
I just want to say I read it
early again.
I read it early, but I read it online, and this is one of the things I don't want to get flamed over my next statement because it's just my opinion. But when I read this on a computer and then reread it in my hand, the difference is just the colors in this, it really is. Computer did not do this justice at all. The computer screen. I really enjoyed this. I did not mind the black and white, like you said, sepia tones at all. Nicola's art is so clean and crisp.
Actually, we were corrected in the chat room.
What was it?
Sepia tone texture.
Thank you. Sepia tone texture. Who said that?
Sepia tone.
Oh. So I just want to say there is color, and the color is used in the places it's needed the most. And I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those books. Should I spoil it for people? I wonder if the magic that's used is going to be the color in the book. And if it is, I think that's a wonderful...
I think it is.
It's great.
Look at her eyes when she casts the spell.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's great. She's in black and white still, but her eyes are...
So what is the basis of the story?
Basis is a story, and there's a lot of pages for what I'm about to say. A guy has kidnapped this group of people, all because he wants this one woman. And, of course, this one woman is in a witch ritual. Yes. Well, I was being nice. No. In a cult in the woods when she gets a phone call. She just happens...
it up and stuff?
Yeah. She just happens to be a cop. And for some reason, he wants only her. And he'll kill all these people because he wants to talk to only
Well, he
her.
said that something is in him. Something is forcing him to do this. So I want to know, are these witches good witches? Or do they walk this sort of like the gray scaled textures of life?
Well, I'm wondering if that has something to do with it too, considering it's in...
Well, because it's a witchcraft and they're all doing like God knows what, like all nakeded up in their robes, calling on Sam Hain and all this stuff. So I don't know. It was very interesting. I was just like, I don't know what's going on with this. And then because we had this sort of, it starts off in this very like mythological, magic oriented thing. And then it goes into like, she's a police officer, she's a detective. And like, there's these people that want her specifically. And they want to destroy her for some reason. It's just, there's just a lot of mystery going on. And I, think Greg Rucka is a fantastic writer.
Yeah,
so I know that he's gonna take us on this sort of
journey.
Well, because he does a lot of noir type of stuff, and I just know this is gonna have a lot of not super heroics, but it's gonna have like magic and sorcery and I don't know. It's just I just know that we're gonna be in for a ride with this, and then the artist is amazing.
Yeah, I love the humor in it too, because when she's in the woods doing whatever she's doing naked with these people,
yes, they are Wicca,
and
I will agree.
Her partner says, "What the hell is that? Is that incense? You smell like a head shop, partner." And she's like, "New soap." So obviously, she's gonna be hiding a lot of stuff, and I'm wondering who's gonna know what.
Well, because think about it, people.
Unless she's like Supergirl and she just decides to tell everyone.
Well, because people, burned witches, and this is what's going on. I think people are gonna be,
Yeah, we did so well.
It was during the equinox. I mean, who knows? This is probably someplace in Massachusetts, Salem. Who knows?
We
But
sold
again, the
out.
art is amazing.
Yeah, we sold out and we ordered more because it was such a good book. I'm like, look, you need to buy this. Very good number one. I think that was one of the number ones this week that I really enjoyed. Another number one enjoyed.
And you get a lot for $3.99 too.
You get a lot, including a backup story that he wrote.
Yeah, the backup story with the prose, and then saying a little bit about her history. It's just there's just a lot of book here, just a lot of book here. So you definitely should pick it up.
Yep.
So what's another book that you liked, Rich?
So I just want to talk real quick about a Marvel book they put out. The Howling Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D. #1. To fight monsters of the world, it takes the monsters of the night. And this book is about Marvel monsters. And it was really good. I'm going to make you read the #1 so you can tell me what you think. Frank Barbary wrote it. Art was by Brent Schoonover. Nick Filardi was the color art, and VC's Joe Caramanga did the lettering. Oh my God, I'm butchering all these names today.
And we say his name like every week too. It's really funny. We love you, Joe.
It was a good #1. My only complaint and it has to do with the art again, is I wanted a little more horror aspect to these creatures of the night. I mean, you have an amphibian, you've got zombies.
Do you think they could go?
You've got a werewolf.
With it?
They have enough artists on their rosters that they could get an artist to fit the art.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. So you're talking about the style of the art or the actual tone of the book?
The tone is dark. I mean, there's zombies.
So there's a horror element
yes,
to the. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if it was both.
There's a horror element that's really good. The art's too cartoony for me because you've got Man-Thing and you've got all these monsters in this book, and they all look like there's the zombie, Amphibian, Vampire by Night, which is a female now. Teen Abomination.
I noticed that when I flipped through it.
Hit Monkey and Man-Thing. It's just the wrong art, the wrong feel. The feel of the book doesn't match the art at all. That's my only real complaint. It was a good number one.
Was it because it was just like it was too stocky?
It's too cartoony. It's too cartoony for me. I just don't think this is a case where they really needed to look for someone a little more with a darker tone, kind of scratchy, like Temple Smith, or who else would be a good dark artist?
So it's just a little too stylized then.
It was too cartoony stylized. Yeah, that was my one complaint. What was the number one?
But as far as the story,
I thought the story was solid because it's all about Dum Dum Dugan returned, and he's dead, and he's downloaded into these LMDs. And he's got this.
Yeah, I flipped through it real quick. I flipped through it and I was like, okay, he's obviously, in a vat, or they have other Dum Dugan somewhere because you actually see it.
Yeah.
He's
all in little underwear, and he's ready to go. Once one body dies, he goes to the next one.
Yeah, and he wakes up and smashes out, and he's like, ah!
And he considers himself to be a monster after what Nick Fury did to him.
Which is, kind of.
So he's running this team of monsters, and they got Teen Abomination from the Iron Man, Superior Iron Man. Do you remember when that was going on?
Yeah.
And so they have him. They brought in Man-Thing, which is always great, especially wasn't he in Weird World?
Weird World, yes.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of Man-Things, actually.
So I'm really interested in the direction of this. I think Marvel needs some horror books. It's a niche that they don't have, really. And this could have been the perfect opportunity to bring superheroes and S.H.I.E.L.D. being the superhero, and their version of the Creature Commandos that DC has, and give us a nice horror book. And they copped out on it. Archie comics. Archie's one of the most innocent.
But just the look, though. The actual story itself had that element. It was just the look wasn't.
Yeah, it didn't look right. Like, Archie has its Archie, and then it has its Archie Afterlife, and the Sabrina, and both books look like horror books.
But that was one of the reasons, honestly, why I didn't pick it up. Is just because the art didn't appeal to me.
It was too cartoony. I did not enjoy it. The story, though, was an A. I would recommend it. Pick it up. See if you liked it. I'm really hoping the art changes.
Awesome.
What was your number one?
The one that I liked.
No, number one.
Well, number one would be. It was silly. I took a chance on Squirrel Girl. Yeah. I don't know. It was. I don't know. I just don't know. It just didn't really. Keep talking, and I'll go get the comic real quick.
So Squirrel Girl number one.
Did you read it?
Oh no, I openly admitted I did not read that. And I'm going to use what my stock statement is. This book is not for me.
But it's just, there's this, indie comic style that's been, going around for a while, and with indie characters, to try to make them into indie darlings. The biggest one being Batgirl right now. I don't know. The art was good. It just seemed like the ramblings of a superhero. I don't know. Just something about it just didn't really work for me. It was quirky. She was funny. She had very interesting, stuff to say. I just don't know if it's the right book for me. But anyway, it was The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, words by Ryan North, art by Eric Hendrickson. Erica, thank you. Trading card art by Joe Morris, colored art by Rico Rinzi, letters by VC's Clayton Klaus, thank you. And the cover was by Eric Hendrickson.
Erica,
thank you. Erica Hendrickson, thank you. but yeah, I don't know. You know, it shows her superheroing at the beginning, so we get that kind of out of the way, and then it goes on to like her life. She's moving in. She has all these other people in her life. You know, she's in school.
Did you read the series before it?
No, I did not. I did not read the series at all. So I came in
fresh.
I came in fresh to see what was going on, and she can talk. Like there's a guy running around with his brain in a thing, and he's a robot, and there's just a lot of quirky shit going on in this book. A lot of dialogue, which is not a bad thing by any means. It's just there's a lot of weird stuff going on. I don't know. It kind of strikes me as a little bit of but what Michael Allard was doing with like Atomic
Silver Surfer.
No. His independent stuff that he was doing. The Atomics. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of kind of quirkiness like that.
So it's funny because Derek brought up about Art Ops. Art Ops was Mike Allred, and Mike Allred also did the FF books that he was doing, and that is also a style that you either love or hate.
Yeah, Derek. I think Derek, you hit it right on the nose with that. I mean, it's this kind of like quirky Marvel comic that is trying to appeal to the indie crowd. Not to say that the story was bad. I just was just like, you know, okay,
it wasn't for you.
But the thing about it though is here she's over in Avengers,
New Avengers,
and it doesn't seem like it's the same person almost. I mean, she's still quirky.
She's still quirky, and she makes jokes, and she even says that that's going to be the next book we're going to talk about, because I want to give my little thoughts about New Avengers.
Yeah, because you wanted me to. So I didn't pick up the second issue of New Avengers because for whatever reason it just didn't. I wasn't sure, like the geohedron headed people and just the things that the maker is doing, Evil Reed Richards is doing. I don't know, it just seemed really bizarre, but not in a good way. But I don't know. You wanted me to read it, and I probably am. But you know, and then how like I flipped through it, and I saw what was going on, so I know how everything is like resolved at the end. I thought that was kind of cool, but just I don't know, something about it.
All right, so it's New Avengers #2 from Marvel. Al Ewing is the writer. Gerardo Sandoval is the artist. Dono Sanchez Almara was the color artist. VC's Joe Caramanga is the letterer. Yeah, I really want to love this book. I'm going to say it right now. I love all the characters in it. I love the artist. I'm not that familiar with the writer. I really, really, really wanted to love this book. And we text each other, and I said, "Did you read it?" And he said no. And he asked me what I thought of it. If I liked it, and I was like, maybe not. I'm having a hard time because the #2, when you read the #1 and then the #2, you go into it, and it really needs to progress the story and hit you over the head and make you want to read it. And I read it, and it's like, the story's over. It ended real quick. The maker, there's a couple pages where the maker is doing a brain implant or something, 2 pages. I want to love this book, and I don't think there's enough right now to keep people coming back, because characters cannot be the only reason you read a book. That's why I said maybe, because there's a lot of great ideas in here that make the book. I love how Roberto is running a team from a base. He can't go out and do it, which I'm kind of sad because I have always loved Sunspot. He's got Max Brashear from, remember Ultimates, the blue
he was
Marvel?
He was the
son that was
the crazy son.
So the son went and worked for Sunspot, which is cool. Again,
exactly. They're keeping it in with the continuity. So I was happy to see him show up.
I just don't know if it's
this book is worth it.
That's my problem I'm having. I want to love it so much. Am I letting that all cloud my judgment? There's some great ideas. I'm so glad Songbird is the leader, and she was the one that, it was because of her that they saved the day, basically. And I was like, love it. I love the interaction between Squirrel Girl and White Tiger. They're 2 completely different characters working on a team. They have to kind of like each other. They have to learn to trust each other. So there's a lot of great elements, but I don't know if it's all gelling for me yet. That's why I said maybe. I have high hopes. I'm hoping, it's only issue 2. Hopefully the overarching arc will be better. I don't know. It's hard to tell because it wasn't. We talked about New Avengers #1 versus Uncanny Avengers. Uncanny Avengers
right.
#1.
Right.
And Uncanny Avengers had so much in all those pages that they could go on. There's so many little side tracks that they could do. And in this book for New Avengers, I just feel like it's just one road, and you've got little driveways, but you don't exactly have, other roads to take.
Okay, so 2 questions about that for you before you put it away and before you change, especially between the this versus not versus but against, I guess, versus Uncanny Avengers. So 2 things. Do you think it's because these are more C-list characters?
No, I don't believe in A, B, C, D, E list. I believe that any character is worth whatever the writer's going to put into it. I think that even the worst character can be made amazing. It's all how the writer and the team takes it. I no.
Okay. And second, do you think it's the art style?
See, I'm biased against that because I love this kind of art. I think it's great. I do think that some people are a little too big, but I can overlook that because some of the stuff in here,
it's very
stylized. The pages, it is, and some of the pages are beautiful. I think there's one panel of Songbird, and I'm like, she's gorgeous. I think the art's going to take a lot of people out of the story, and I think it's going to make people not pick it up. The same as Uncanny Avengers had polarizing art that you either loved it, you're going to hate it and not pick it up. I mean, art is something big. We use our eyes. This is a visual medium that we're talking about. And what I might really like, you might not. I mean, that's the thing. I know people, we were talking about Mike Allred. I know people that love his art and they want anything he does. And then I know people that look at it and they're like, oh, it looks like a cartoon, like a coloring book. And art is just very polarizing when it comes to that. Because I love this guy's art.
Yeah, for me, again, it was I just wasn't sure if the book was worth it, especially if it's going to end in the second issue. It's like, what are they building towards?
Yeah, it's weird. I understand, Chris Claremont used to be able to write the Uncanny XMen, and he'd have like 50 different plot lines going at once. Now, granted, out of that 50, you'd probably get maybe 8 resolved, but at least he knew how to keep the interest going. So far in this book, I mean, I don't understand I have no clue what the next issue is. That's, I guess, my problem. Like, I can't see where it's going. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Who knows? But we'll definitely be talking about the number 3.
Mm-hmm. So the next book we wanted to talk about is a indie favorite of both Rich and I's, and it is Rumble, issue 8. It's 350 from Image Comics. It is a contender of Best New Series in 2015.
Is that by you?
So just so you guys know, I'm putting out there right now. One of our last episodes that we're going to do in November before we go on our hiatus is going to be a countdown of our best books of 2016.
We're gonna go head to head, see which one.
We're gonna go head to head. We're gonna go head to head. And I think that Rich and I are going to post. We're gonna post our best books on the Geek Chat Facebook group, and you guys are going to vote on which ones you liked or disliked, or which ones that you think were the best. And we're gonna see which one of us has the better list.
All right.
And then we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about what you guys were saying and everything like that, because we want to know. I want to know, because there's been
a lot of great books this year.
There's been a lot of number ones. I mean, this one, Birthright, and then we're going to see, I think we're going to do top 10 comics, and then we're going to do which publisher has really knocked it out of the park.
Come on now. We know our answer for that already.
What do you think?
Come on now, it's got to be Image.
Yeah,
we read more books that we love from Image.
Okay, so this comics, because I don't know, Boom with Boombox really kind of. But that's the second thing. So stay tuned. Okay. Stay tuned for the Facebook Geek Chat group, because that's where we're gonna start posting this stuff in. But start putting in your ideas as well. But towards the middle of November, we're gonna release those lists. And then,
but what if something good comes out in December?
I doubt that.
All right. Anyway, who writes this great book we love?
John Accardi writes this book.
I thought it was a cootie.
Our Arcudi. That's it.
Arcudi.
John Arcudi.
Arcudi.
Okay, they're co-creators now, and that's James Herron is the other one. And then the color art is by Dave Stewart, letters by Chris Ilopoulos. And what's what I love about this? 4 people did this book, not including the editors and whatnot, but 4 people did this book. Amazing, so great. One of my favorite books. If you're not reading it, you should be. It's fantastic. Basic story. It's Monsters Among Us. That's what it is. Monsters Among Us. One hopeless schleb finds out about it and him and his friend are thrusted into this world of being Monsters Among Us. And their best friend is the Scarecrow, which is the slayer of slayers, the slayer of monsters from the old Babylonian or in the past or whatnot. Resurrected in the body of a skeleton, and he's trying to make his way.
Not a skeleton, scarecrow.
Sorry, a scarecrow.
That's what I'm here for.
And he's trying to make his way through this world that is completely changed around him because he's no longer has his body, he no longer has his heart. All he has is his sword and these 2 guys, and he's really reconciling with like
what he's done.
Well, not really
in
what
his life.
Not really what it's done, but what can he do now? You know.
Well, he knows where to get his body and his heart,
but he doesn't know. He doesn't know how to do it.
Right.
You know, he's in this frail body, so he's just kind of
This is not frail.
Well, I mean, in this one we get to see how frail it is.
All right.
So this is the Halloween episode, and what I've liked about it so far is this is really taken it back to what the normal image style is. Normal image. Or not style, but normal image kind of like structure, in which you have like maybe 5 or 6 issues within your story arc. Then you take a break, and then they collect it, and then you do a stock up on your issues, and they release it again. This one seems to be different in the fact that it's actually running like a normal or a traditional comic book, in that we had one main arc. Then there's been a series of like much more quieter issues about the lives of these people,
but it's still an arc. We're still progressing the story very well.
Yeah, it is, but it doesn't seem like there's one specific thing they're like going towards.
Well, he doesn't write for a trade. I don't get from reading this.
That's what I like about it.
He's not writing for a trade. He's writing his story, and he's allowing the story to breathe. And if we get a quiet issue, which was the number 6 or 7, with him dealing with this PTSD that he has in his life, you know, this writer's allowing the story to go. And that, I think, is another reason why we enjoy it, because this issue had nothing to do with it. It was all about the 2 little kids, which great reveal at the end about these 2 little kids.
Yes, and what he had to do and what happened at the end. And this is what I mean. It's like his role is changing. It is literally about this guy whose role is changing in his life. And it's all about all 3 of these guys. It's about their roles that they were stuck in changing.
Yes, 2 humans and then Rathrak, the monster.
It is all about their roles changing. Everyone in the book, their roles are changing. Even the old guy with the 6 arms and the multi-headed lizard, even his role is getting ready to change.
You need to eat up so we can regrow your heads. That was sad. You know, something in this book was really funny in the beginning with the we really don't know the sidekick's name.
They call him Jimbo or Jimbo.
Okay. I love that he works in this garage, and he's not the brightest, but he's a good man. From what we've read in 8 issues, you just know that he's a good guy. And, his coworkers give him some flack, and I was fine with it. Hot date with your boyfriend, huh? Humping all night. Breakfast in the morning. Oh, yeah. It was fun because it wasn't. There was no malice to that. It was just fun thrown at a coworker.
Yeah, he's a schleb, and people talk about him, and he always aspires to greatness. That's the thing. These are all these people that do not like their lot in life.
Yeah, but Bobby doesn't want any of it. He doesn't want to be the hero, whereas Jim Bob, whatever, wants to. Jim Bob is all about it. He was the one with these kids.
That's what I mean. They don't. Bobby doesn't like his role, but he's thrusted into it.
Right.
Much like the. I mean, this is a hero's journey type of tale. I mean, this is exactly what's going on with this, and some are being dragged, kicking and screaming into it. And that's what I love about this book, and especially the reveal at the end is showing that these people are being forced to grow and to change. When Bobby had to kill the fire demon at the end of the first arc, it's like, and then having the actual show, an episode, an actual issue of him dealing with that, like you don't really see people dealing with having to do shit like that.
No,
like you don't see that in comic books that much, you know. That's what I like about this book. It's showing these like really human type characters dealing with this crazy ass shit.
And what's nice about the arc is not focused on his would-be girlfriend, but the writer throws her in for 2 pages just to show, hey, she's still around.
Something's gonna happen with her.
This is what they're showing. Yeah,
something's gonna happen with her. I don't know, and I don't know if it's gonna make Bobby have to step up, or something's going to happen. Something is going to happen
to make him the
her.
hero.
Yeah, something's going to happen with her. And I'm fine with that as a cliche because if we know that it is coming, if it helps the story like transcend his station.
Right.
You know, but at this point, one of my favorite comics, and it just keeps getting better. The characters are all likable. The art is amazing. The story is great. It just every issue so far has hit its beat.
Yep.
You know, and
even the slow issues
like,
worked.
and even the guy with the multi arms and the multi-headed lizard, I totally thought that he was just going to be a stock throwaway character.
Nope.
And to have his character keep coming up and like something's going to happen with him too.
And that creature, the girl that with
the multi-headed lizard.
Yeah.
Great book, you guys. If you're not reading it, I really highly suggest you pick it up. First trade is out. It's only $9.99. You can pick it up at
whatever, located at 548 Castro Street.
In bone chilling.
It is kind of cold. I love it.
Cold, freezing.
It's not freezing. It's
cold. So what is another book that you enjoyed this week, Rich?
So I really enjoyed Sinestro. You know, we bitch about DC all the time.
That is the best out of all of the
DC books.
Lantern. No, there's other DC books that I like, but this is the best out of all the Lantern type books. This is really good.
Yes.
People love to hate a villain.
I love a villain. I don't hate him. So this is Sinestro by DC Comics, number 16. It's $2.99. It is written by Cullen Bunn, pencils by Brad Walker and Ethan Van Sciver, inks by Drew Hennessy and Ethan Van Sciver. The colorist is Jason Wright, and the letterer is Dave Sharp.
Just want to sidetrack real quick about the controversy that happened with Cullen Bunn and why he left Aquaman. We're not gonna talk a lot about it, but I just want to comment just a little bit about that. And people need to tone that shit down. If you do not like a comic, that does not give you the right to send
threaten
death
someone's life.
It's fucking comic book people. Calm the fuck down. I'm sorry. It's just that is not no. You know, it does not give you the right to threaten people or anything like that. Go on Twitter.
Really, nothing does.
Go on Facebook. Go on Google. Google it. I just calm down, comic book readers. You know, and I know we have a limited reach in our scope of people who listen, but seriously, I know you get passionate. We all do get passionate about things, but seriously,
I was shocked he got death threats.
It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary, and I think that's something.
If you don't like the book, don't pick it up.
Exactly.
I mean, we have favorite characters we love. I absolutely love Wonder Woman. I have loved Wonder Woman since I was born. I think I popped out swinging a lasso. I love Wonder Woman. You know what? I don't sit and send the new creative team death threats. That's stupid. You know what I don't do? I don't read the book.
Exactly. You know, you wait until you weather the storm and you'll wait.
Yeah.
Ugh. But anyway, back to the book. Back to the book, because this is a really fantastic book.
It is. So our old friend Black Adam.
So happy to see him.
Yes, me too. Sinestro goes to Kandak to meet with. Now, I guess they've only known each other for a very short time, and that was during Forever Evil.
Yes, when they all worked together. Remember when Ultraman broke his jaw? Yeah, the transition of the artwork in it was a bit interesting because it turned from Walker to Van Sciver, and I was just like,
And they're one has angles and one is smoother.
Yeah, because
Brad Walker has the angles to him,
and he draws like Van Sciver gave like Sinestro a really long neck. It was very interesting.
But both are great artists.
Yes, both are really good artists.
The art in this was amazing. The story is basically Sinestro wants something that Black Adam has, and at the very end of the book, it comes out and you learn what it is. And I am freaking very excited for the next issue. The story of Sinestro is basically him wanting to be the only peacekeeping colored ring force since the Green Lanterns are gone. We've learned that he is actually exterminating the other colors so that he can be the only one. If they don't want to work with him, he'll exterminate them. The thing that was weird is the last issue, didn't it leave off with the fate of Saint Walker?
Of course, you can't let you know. That's a seed planted. You know, we have to let that marinate in the reader's mind. You can't just like give a reveal what happened to Saint Walker.
That's Walking Dead.
Yeah, Saint Walker, something's gonna happen to him. Like they're gonna. I'm expecting some kind of like speedball malice sort of shit with him. Like seriously, he's gonna come back looking all frail and weirded out and stuff. And I swear Sinister's gonna do some crazy ass like hostile type shit to him.
So I love that we learn a little bit more about Sinestro's past and how Black Adam feels about it. They have opposite views on what an archaeologist is, because before Sinestro became a Green Lantern, he was an archaeologist. And, you know, he liked exploring, to which Black Adam says that an archaeologist is a defiler of secrets. And then they have to fight off these really crazy kind of zombies in this weird underground bunker. And I have no clue where the last page is going, and that's what I love about comic books.
Yeah, the pale.
Do you want to ruin
bishops?
it? Do we want to tell someone?
No. We just say basically what happened was the pale bishops, or what are they? The pale saints.
Pale bishop.
Of the pale saints, and I'm like, oh, that 90s group is coming to kill Sinestro. Anyway, just dating myself. But anyway, yeah, the pale bishops they're basically apathetic. They're apathy, and they're coming in to destroy the colored rings. And Sinestro fought them before, and I guess they came to Earth. I don't know why everything happens on Earth, but they came to Earth, and then Black Adam fought them off. And they had one of them, or they had some information that Sinestro wanted, and that information is a bit more than they bargained for.
Oh yeah,
don't want to spoil it again, but it's interesting to see what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, best book out of the Ring Wielders, or the Light Flingers.
The Light Brigade. I don't know.
But great book. You guys really should be picking it up. Yeah, I wouldn't read any of the other ones because they're really kind of like me, but this is really good. So the last two books we're going to talk about are together. We're going to kind of they're separated by story, but not in name, for the most part. So which one did you want to talk about first, Rich?
Do you have something nice to say about Batman and Robin Eternal?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's talk about that.
You have anything to say nice about Robin?
About Robin? I've been on the fence about Robin since we talked about it last time.
Well, let's talk about Robin first.
Okay, let's talk about Robin.
So it's $2.99.
Yeah, Robin, son of Batman.
$2.99.
Like, who else would Robin be?
He's got a lot of illegitimate kids running around.
I guess, especially on this island.
If you read Batman and Robin Eternal, you know.
So it's number 5, and it was script and pencils by Patrick Gleason, inks by Mick Gray, colors by John Callas, and letters by Tom Napolitano. Robin has been on this journey to get all these artifacts so that what is supposed to happen?
He's trying to atone.
For all that he's done.
Correct. Yeah, he's trying to atone for the year of blood in which he was sent to these various places to steal these various artifacts, and he was told to do that by his grandfather Ra's al Ghul. And in this issue, we find out why he was doing it, and it was actually in order to stop a rival family from usurping the House of Al Ghul. And I couldn't say the name. They said it they said it in there, but I can't remember the name. But anyway, the house, the head of that household, resurrected Talia and was going to use Talia to go after Damien, but her being the mother couldn't kill her offspring pretty much. And so she was trying to save him. And so there's this big fight scene between the head of that household as he resurrects his family on the island of of Island of Robins, because if you're reading the book, you know
Before.
you know that there was a Talia and Ra's al Ghul, mostly Talia, was trying to
clone the perfect
clone
child.
Damien, because they wanted to clone him, and he had all these different really
Deformed
messed
monsters.
up, monstrous clones that Damien freed and then released on this island for themselves. They don't wear clothes or anything like that. They're just kind of whatever. But there's a huge battle between all of Damien's clones and him versus these people, and Talia's there and everyone's there, and it just sets in motion when they finds out that even though he was set on this, the reason why he was able to do this was because they needed to steal these artifacts of power from this house to stop them from usurping the house of Al Ghul, which was great. And I was like, okay, so there's a little bit more mystery to what's going on about what is happening. So by Damien going back and putting all this stuff back, they were able to resurrect their power. So Damien was actually trying to atone for his sins, but he didn't know the actual big picture. So,
right.
So that's what I liked about it. I liked that twist. Artwork is fantastic.
Like?
What didn't I like? There wasn't really much I didn't like about this book. I liked what Talia was saying. I liked their Talia and Damien's play at each other. Like he really has no respect for her, and she's like, "You better respect me, boy," and stuff like that. And then it's just a really cool ragtag group of people that's in this book trying to do this. I think this book has a specific direction. It has a specific purpose. I don't know if it matters to anybody else. But I seem to like it. Like it's really insular in its presentation. Like they're really it's because it's being written by Gleason as well.
Yeah,
so,
he's doing both the writing
and Gleason
the
is just like, fuck everything else. I'm just going to tell my story. Like, you very rarely do you... I can't remember the last time... Oh, Deathstroke was in it. I think that was just because they had to do it to appease somebody.
Yeah.
That was
the issue I had with that issue. Is it just felt so forced.
No, I didn't mind it. But this one, it's just... There's a lot of shit going on, and you really had to read Batman and Robin to get some of it.
Yes.
But for the most part... Because I read it, my mileage might have been much greater than other people who haven't read it. Really good book in my opinion. Really
love the art. I loved his art.
But you love the art.
I loved his art when he was doing Green Lantern Corps, and then when it was announced, he's going to be writing and drawing this, I thought, he
definitely did better than Tony Daniels. Like I tried to read Tony Daniels' Batman, I just couldn't do it.
I agree 100%.
So at least I don't know, just something about.
I think he cares about this character.
Oh, he definitely cares about Robin.
For me,
he definitely cares about Robin.
For me, the story of I just don't understand why nobody's in it. Like, I understand about him killing his her dad. I just think that you're right. It is. I read all those old books, but for some reason, this book just doesn't click, and I want this book to click. And I read it because I love the art.
So interesting. It clicks for me because of all the backstory.
Yeah. I just think it's too much. I think right now, this book, and especially with Mom coming back, it's like...
Which I love.
No, don't get me wrong. I guess for me, if this is going to be Robin, son of Batman, atoning for his sins, why does he need a sidekick in every issue? Why is she there? Let's see that story.
Well, I think they've been planting little bits of seeds about it because at some point she's going to kill him. They're going to have it out.
She hasn't learned that she can kill him by all the shit that he just did in this issue.
Nope. She seems to be...
She's stupid.
Oh, hush. Anyway, we're going to agree or disagree because I really like the book. And I really like the book for the art as well, but you're just not buying the story.
No, I love his art, though.
I enjoy it, too.
There's some gorgeous... like the panel work, the color layouts.
Beautiful. This is for me. This is when the words and the art and the images are just going so great together, creating such a fantastic story.
Now this, on the other hand,
Batman and Robin Eternal, number 4. This is a weekly book that's going on, and we're going to talk about this. We've been talking about this every week for a while.
Well,
now.
I think it's important because DC people need to review weekly books because. Can you maintain the quality of a weekly book? And the Geek Chat's going to let them know whether it is or not. Because when we used to do Geek Chat in the store and we'd all sit down, it's when 52 was coming out. What else? What was there? 52? Lord. It was...
That was a while ago.
What were all those other weekly books?
You're dating me. I don't know.
But some of them were better than others. Now, this one, the first 2 issues, okay. 3rd issue Now we're here on the fourth one. Do you think it's maintained its state of quality in a month?
Well, it's a mystery. It's a mystery that, in my opinion, the first issue, they didn't really set the mystery well enough, in my opinion. But whatever. I'm into it. I'm into it. There's this mother character.
Well, first let's give who did all this. So
thank you. So it's Batman and Robin Eternal. It's a weekly book, $4, $2.99. Writers is Scott Snyder and James Tynion IV. Those are the story. The script was by Steve Orlando. Pencils were by Scott Eaton. Thank you. Inks was by Wayne Falsher. And colors was by Gabe Elateb. And letters was by Sadia Temofonte.
Good job.
I'm trying.
We're trying.
But yeah, in this one, Bruce Wayne, amnesiac Bruce Wayne, gets saved by Dick Grayson at a dinner party in which everyone is trying to kill him. I don't know if these are older versions of Mom's children. I don't know, but they're all trying to kill him. But he doesn't know what's going on, although I think he's sort of getting it because he remembered when Dick came in for Grayson and they talked or whatever. I don't know, but there's people with axes and he's fighting everyone and everyone's fighting and then the Robins from We Are Robin shows up, which means this is the book that's probably going to spin out into the Robin Wars or whatever. I don't know. And that's coming up next. Thinking about getting that. I'm not really sure because everything is tied in together. But anyway, the We Are Robin kids show up and then they help Bruce Wayne for whatever reason. I wonder, do they know who he is or whatever? I don't know. And then, so Bruce Wayne gets out and escapes. We Are Robin's fight, and then the Dick Grayson, who's there, basically has to put all the Robins in their place, and it's just like, hey, I was the original Robin, blah blah blah, respect me. So, and then Batgirl shows up, yay, and then so a lot of shit happens in this book. Blue, whatever her name, Nightbird. Whatever, the Bluebird, she goes away with Cassandra Cain to do their thing, so something's gonna happen with them. Stephanie Brown gets blamed for letting them be loose. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of shit going on in this book. A lot of shit. Did they actually move the story along a little bit, only because of the spoiler at the end, which I'm not gonna tell you, but yeah, there is something that happens at the end that kind of helps you kind of see what's going on, but I don't know. What'd you think? That's my summary of everything, but what'd you think, Rich?
I think that Steve Orlando, from what I've read of his, with Midnighter and Virgil, great writer, from what I know.
He just scripted it out, though.
Yeah. I have to say that...
I think it's really James Tynion and Scott Snyder. I mean, it's their story. It's their baby.
Hated this issue.
What?
I was done with it, and I looked at Coog, and I'm like, this is stupid. Like, it just...
It wasn't bad. I mean, it was interesting. Shit happened. I know Charles probably liked it.
Just everything about this felt forced. It was just, and so the art after coming off 2 Pelletiers, and then this art, I was like, oh, some of the art in this was rough.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad. I said it was rough. Okay. That's the panel with Batgirl. I absolutely hated. I thought it was stupid, and it was very just worse than cliched. Hi, I'm going to sit and pose looking at you, the reader, on a prep table. So stupid. I did not enjoy this. Don't care about this We Are Robin people. Do not give 2 shits about We Are Robin.
Yeah, I don't read that book either.
This Bluebird Nightingale, why are we caring?
I like the interaction between those 2 girls, though. I wanted to see what's going to happen with them, with Cassandra Cain. But mainly, I really liked the Cassandra Cain Batgirl, so I'm in it for her.
Yeah, me too. That's the only reason.
But I actually like the Bluebird character. I'm actually thinking about going and finding out what was going on with her in the past, and actually reading those issues. I don't even know what book she was from, Detective, Batman, whatever.
Something. I don't know. Just. I think number 4 was a hot mess for me. Okay. Hot mess.
And well, and on that note, thank you guys for sticking with us.
Hey, thanks.
Hate to end it on a sour note, but again,
it's not a sour note.
But also,
we'll review 5.
Remember, if you ever want to talk to us, come to the Facebook group on Facebook. Search the Geek Chat and say hello to Rich and myself. We love you as always.
Bye.
Geek Chat. Geek Chat. Geek Chat. Geek Chat.
The Geek